professional sport.
Hey guys, today we're going to Goldsmiths for an open day. Thumbnail.
This is our campus green. And
Decision, environment, competitiveness, and all those things that play in any kind of professional sport.
Hello. I didn't have time to wash my hair, so it stinks of dry shampoo, and I had to curl my bangs with a straightener, and now it just looks crazy. Aside from that, I didn't have time to update you like before I went to the event. I'm gonna take off my makeup right now. Today I went to a talk that I found on Eventbrite. So this is your sign. If you're in your unemployed era, if you're in your fig tree era, if you're a fresh graduate and you're like basically in the same boat as me right now, this is your sign to go find some random event on Eventbrite to go to. Because I just randomly found this, like, I think I was being inspired by a post that I saw on LinkedIn of one of my connections. Like a Formula One team went to her uni to do a talk. I was like, why did no Formula One teams go to my uni to do a talk? And so I went on Eventbrite, and I wasn't like planning on finding a Formula One team event. I was just looking at like media events, marketing events, journalism events, trying to like do more things to figure out like what I actually want to do with my life. And so I searched on Eventbrite, and then it said Aston Martin CMO, and I was like, hello? I was like, let's just make sure this isn't like normal Aston Martin. It's like Aston Martin F1. And it was Aston Martin F1. And it was like a talk with their marketing director. And I was like, hello, I'm going to this. And it's a free event. It was a free event. So I signed up and I went today. And I feel like usually things like these, I don't know, I like going to talks because I remember when I was like in film society, I would love going to the Q&A sessions, even if I didn't ask questions, because I just felt really inspired during those talks, and I would just feel the most creative in that moment. So I really enjoy listening to professionals talk because I love like hearing how they got to where they are, because it doesn't make me feel so, it doesn't make it so intimidating, because you learn a little bit about like how they felt when they were in your shoes. So I decided to go to this event, and I was a little nervous because it was like a place I'd never been to before. It was also in White City, which I love White City, maybe because it's like where the BBC studios are, and I'm like, oh my god, imagine like working there. That'd be so cool. Like just working in the television center would just be like a dream. And also Westfield's there. I love that Westfield. So White City is just like brings good vibes for me. So I got there, and it was in like a Soho house, which I had no idea what a Soho house was, but it was like this really fancy like clubhouse vibe. So I got in and I was like, hello, like how do I get to this event? She's like, oh, are you Eunice? And I was like, how do you know my name? Weird. She gave me a wristband. I went in, and then the talk started. And I will say, like, I don't know if I got as much from this talk as I thought I would, because during like filmmaking sessions, I feel really inspired. I get my notebook out, I start like brainstorming all the film ideas I have. I guess it's a little bit different because this one is a marketing talk instead of like filmmaking, which is more creative. And he said a couple things where like it felt kind of surface level. I was like, I already know this, but I found it really interesting that he was very adamant about like fan engagement in F1, which is literally the thing I wrote my dissertation about, which is crazy that he mentioned it. Because like I wrote my entire dissertation about fandoms. The only thing that really interested me throughout my degree was learning about fandoms. And so him talking about like working in fan engagement, I'm like, that's actually insane. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't like network more at the event, but I just like, I'm not there yet in terms of my confidence. Like I'm able to like go out there and go to this random event all by myself, but I'm not quite there yet where I can ask questions. And I was just really kicking myself because like I had a question that I wanted to ask, but I didn't have the courage to speak up. Well, I only had the question because I wanted to ask something, not because I wanted to know the answer. Like I just wanted to talk to him. When will my phone stop having storage issues? I may or may not have just had a little cry about how I think one of the only things that is stopping me, one of the biggest things that's stopping me from vlogging a lot and putting time and effort into my YouTube videos is that I always have storage issues, and I don't know why. Like I think I should just start filming more with my GoPro, although the quality is like a little bit weird. Like it's not bad, it's just not really what I'm used to. It's not like iPhone quality is like amazing either, but I don't even know what I was saying. But oh, I was making notes of what he said, but I found it very interesting that he kind of talked about how like he was part of the process of putting Aston Martin back into F1, and he was saying that it should have been like a square peg into a square hole, where like Aston Martin as a brand is like ultra luxury, Formula One as a brand, as a sport, is also ultra luxury, like celebrities walking down the paddock, Paris Hilton and her sunglasses, whatever. So it should be very simple marrying them together, but what they wanted was inclusivity, and how could they incorporate inclusivity into a brand that was so exclusive? So that was very interesting to listen to. Also just hearing about why DTS, like how Drive to Survive was such a big like change in F1, and that's something that I wouldn't know because I am the DTS fan. Like I'll put my hands up and say it, I'm a DTS fan, but I'm also like now here not for just DTS. So before you come at me, let's calm down. Yeah, I'm just really interested that he talked about fan engagement, and he said something that was really cool. That was like, as a sports fan, you put a lot of time and energy. You love the sport so much that it's a sacrifice sometimes. He talked about how his friend like drove down to London from Birmingham, and it was like a 2-day trip just to watch Birmingham lose in the 90th minute. He was saying that he wants Formula One to be a sport that loves you back. And I think that's such a cool way to put it, because I never thought of it that way. And like, I never thought of it as like something loving it back. And I think that's something really important, especially in like the world of fandom, where it's like fans put so much effort, but like, what do they get back from whatever they're a fan of, you know? So that's something to think about, and I think that's one of the main takeaways of today's talk, even though I didn't get to ask a question because I was too much of a chicken to do so. Yeah, tomorrow I am going to film something for my short film director. He asked me to do this once, but yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna do a very similar thing. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go wash my damn hair now. It's currently 4:32 a.m. What did I do today? Went for lunch with my friends, and that was really nice. I did cry in the restaurant though, but that's just, you know, your average Tuesday lunch things. I love female friendships, by the way. It's just the best. Then I went to help my short film director film his Q&A session with Stuart Brennan. It was actually really insightful, and like I feel like I always feel so creative and inspired when I go to like film society events. There was only one other person but it was still just really nice to hear like an established filmmaker talk about like how he got into the world of film. And like, even though I don't think I want to pursue film, it's just really inspiring to just see and hear people talk about their creation process and stuff. And yeah, I made a bunch of notes. Yeah, and then I came home, started working on my thing. So basically I got shortlisted for a job at like a marketing studio. It's just like so rare to hear back from a company. So I was like so excited to do this, but then I also put it till the last minute. So I'm like, why did I do that? So I've just spent like 6 hours, 7 hours, maybe a bit less. I was procrastinating a lot of the time. But they had me do like 3 tasks as if I was already in the role, drafting an email, thinking of content ideas, and like writing a brief. And so I did that. Also, like Taiwan had a really severe earthquake, and my parents' house, like things were falling off the shelves and like glass broke everywhere. So I called them for like an hour and a half just to see if they were okay, and they were still like experiencing aftershocks, which is crazy. Like when I was there, I experienced like a level 2 earthquake, because they're usually not in Taipei when the earthquakes happen, but this one was really severe and it was really close by. So it was 5, around 5 on the scale. The ones I've experienced are 2, and those were already scary. So like for it to be a 5 and for things to be like falling off the walls and stuff must have been really scary. So I was kind of scared for them, but they're okay, so thank God for that. But I don't feel tired at all. So it's either me being a night owl, or I could blame it on daylight savings. I'll just blame it on daylight savings. This is too hard. I don't know what's going on. Is it quarterback like money? Or is it quarterback like American football? Stay tuned to find out. Arepas are super yummy.